Hi and welcome to this week's YouTube vlog from me at Barton Hall Burner Services, and I hope we're all okay. Thanks to everyone that subscribed, and thanks for all the comments last week. They were amazing as always, and we love them. For the people that haven't subscribed, do feel free to subscribe because it is free. Some people are put off because they think it costs some money, but our channel doesn't. It is totally free of charge. So moving on to this week's vlog, it's going to be a installation of a Sapphire, our favourite boiler. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this with Lee. None of you have met Lee yet on our channel. Lee is going to work for us 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week sometime. It all depends how many boiler installs and bits and bobs we've got going on. So Lee, welcome aboard, mate. It'll be great. The journey will be great. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. A vertical flue kit going up, Sapphire going in, Camry 5 coming out. There's already an S-plan there, there's already an unvented cylinder there, and it was power flushed at the end of last year. So we haven't got as much to do as normal, but we've still got a lot to do. So let's get on with it. This week's YouTube vlog. Okay, so we're here. One Camry 5 here at the moment. Okay, the flue's going up there, but I'm not going to do that. The way it works on this one is you have got just here your flow and return, your main primaries there, and they go into the cupboard behind me here, and they come out in the floor like so. And then it leaves the 2 pipes on the left, and basically I've worked it out that the top one's a vent for the system and the bottom one is from the F&E tank upstairs. So we will be ripping all them pipes out, and we'll be taking the boiler out, and the boiler is basically going just there because they're going to extend the cupboard out because they want to put some other stuff in there. So you can see we've got an unvented cylinder here. We're going to put the boiler here. Flue's going up here. It's very tall ceiling here. Then we're going to have the flow come about here. Then there'll be the circulation pump, and then it's going to come in and into the system. There's the old flow and returns coming out the floor there. Obviously we're going to re-divert them because they're not needed because they come from the boiler. There's the bypass. As you can see, it's not an auto bypass, it's just a 15mm with a half turned off. Boiler fix, which isn't ideal. There's the flow and returns over there for the heating system as well, and obviously flow and returns for hot water. So it's yeah, pretty straightforward. So we're just going to get on now. We're just unloading the trailer. There is Lee out there who's just unloading it, and if he's brave enough, morning Lee, let's say good morning. Morning. And there he is, and that's Lee. So there we go. Right, let's crack on. So, as we've explained before, what we love about the Sapphire, and they really think of the environment, is Lee's done some packing it now. As you can see, these are so well packaged, so he's just taken the top off there. As you can see, it's got a lovely bag around it, which is great, because we can also use that as a bin bag. And then underneath, his cardboard pallets, so as you can see, it's all recyclable, so it's so much better, and that's what we love about these. Right, so the boiler's going to go here. The flue's going to go up and through, hopefully. So here we go with the Sapphire. I'm just going to pop the top off. Really weighty these, so if anyone ever fits one, you'll realise the difference straight away how weighty the actual lids and that are. And it's the same as the front panel. So you can see there it is, it's all separates on that. You've got your air fan there, which is a bit like a gas one. And you've got your oil pump here with a built-in motor on the back. That little device there automatically adjusts the pump pressure. Then you've got your coil like normal. Here you've got what you call the ruby red oil lines on a T system. We're going to remove that and we're going to put a tiger loop in. They've moved on a bit. We actually find they run better on a tiger loop, otherwise they pull a bit of air. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on this area here. We're going to take the plate off the top. We're going to put the balance flue adapter unit on the top there, and then we're going to start to build off there, and we'll be back. With the internal boiler, unlike the external, you get this box. So, obviously, your list of all your bits are here, but I'm not going to show you that because I know what they are anyway. And then obviously you get your user manual, which for people that get a bit worried, that's all your commissioning stuff you have to do on there and stuff like that. And then every year, obviously, we do the service reports, etc. So I'll just put that to one side. So in here we have some boxes, we'll go through them. In the first one, there's your condense hose there, which comes off the bottom trap of the boiler, and that goes to your drain, fair water drain or condenser pump, whichever you decide to use. So we'll put that to one side. Here's your balance flue section here. So the air pipe, which is obviously here, inside here, goes onto there. That then goes onto the fan, which is on the boiler, and this is a starter piece for the flue that basically goes on here, and then obviously away we go. Down. Stainless steel condenser trap, couldn't be any better. A lot are plastic on boilers, but these are stainless steel. These are great, okay? I'll be totally honest, they'd be much better for later, because on my earlier ones, there was a little spot weld here, so these used to get caught up, but that spot weld's now gone, so that's my honest opinion. They're brilliant, they've returned nicely now. I used to have a bit of trouble with that. And then obviously the condense hose will just literally push onto there and away we go. So that's how that works. Okay, so that's that one. We'll put these back in the box for now. We move on. This is the air hose, as I said to you. They can be cut down, they cut really easy, but I tend to leave them quite long, to be honest. And it's like rubberised, and they are heat resistant as well. I've been back to Sapphires after 18 months and they're still just as flexible, so they're fine. Inside here, this is the little relay kit. So you basically, on the boiler itself, if I move this box, it's a relay for your switch live relay, which is what we're going to use. And it has a link wire, which I'll explain later, that goes from the relay into that box there. And then we take some wires from the motorised valve and obviously put it into here, but I'll show you that later. So that's the link wire. As you can see, you get so many bits with these. So these are to go on the side of the boiler. So if we go down here, these are great. If you're knocking through on the side of here, or on the side of here, wherever you want to go, you've basically got these. You can put them around the pipes afterwards. They're great, they're magnetic, and no, they don't fall off. We've also got some oblong ones here as well. This gasket is for the whatever you decide you're going to put on the top of the boiler, the side, the back for the flue. Even though there's a plate and a gasket under here, this is the incorrect gasket. You need this one for the flue. So that's what we'll be doing. Finally, two more things in here. We have this box. So it comes with fittings. They're the fittings for the flow and the return. There's your two nozzle sizes, and there's another code for when you set it up and stuff like that. And also very important, a non-return valve, which in this case we're not going to use because we're doing a tiger loop. Finally, condense pump. Okay, if you're pumping the water away, I cannot stress enough on a Sapphire, try to avoid using the condense pump. It's better to just get it to discharge somewhere. There's nothing wrong with them, but in my experience, when the boiler's running, they can be slightly noisy. So if you want the customer to have a really quiet experience, just try to avoid these. So that's it. Let's crack on, Lee. So I've got the starter piece on now, as you can see here, with the 4 Allen keys, and obviously there's your balanced flue hose that's going to go on there eventually, but it's cooled in there. Here's the starter kit. We are doing a vertical flue pitched roof kit. So I'll just get rid of that cardboard. It's quite a comprehensive kit, as you can see. Okay, so here's your terminal at the top. Like so. So, as this comes through the roof, this is where your dirty air exhaust fumes come, and the intake's them holes there. So the intake gets sucked down there through the hose that I've just showed you into the boiler, and that's how it works. And then on the top here, this was an extra. It's a unit that goes on the top like that, and then it has this cone in the end. And this cone, if this cone wasn't on the boiler, it would be very noisy. This quiets the boiler down, that's how it works. So that's the top part. Put that out of the way. Put that out of the way. Comes with a couple of brackets to mount it on the wall. And there's extensions for the brackets if it's away from the wall a long way, which is Exhibit A there. Okay. You've got a finishing off plate there, which is really good. That looks really neat against the ceiling, so it hides your mistakes if you don't cut it very well. And finally, here's our starter piece that's going to go into the boiler, like so. Okay, so we're going to go in here now. It's going to plonk in there like that, and there's your test port. Now, on most flue systems, you lubricate the seals here and here. I don't on any Sapphire parts. The reason being is it tends to push the seals out. Also, these are exceptionally sharp, so be careful. So I'm going to put a bit of lube on the inside here, a bit of lube on the inside here, and then that would just go plonk and sit straight on. So what Lee's doing now is he's just putting the brackets up for the flue. As you can see, the easiest way to find is just to stick a laser level up there. Okay, so it's just easier and put the two up there. We've got the hole through the ceiling, and if we come here now, let's come up here. We've got a couple of tiles out. we had a guess and we bang on. So it's going to come through that hole there, basically. And we're going to use the flash in, which is a massive flash in that's down on the floor there. So, yeah, when we get a bit more flue up, we'll be back. So as you can see, I put a hole through the ceiling. Unfortunately, it's gone all over me. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess over there. It's full of sort of chip-ins and bits, yeah. So I think I need a bit of a clear up. So we've moved on about 3 hours now, and we haven't got a lot further, to be honest. The flue's in. I've just got to put a trim up there, and it's done outside. We had a bit of a nightmare outside, which I'll show you later. We've now just put the flows brass fitting on there and the return at the bottom. We're going to leave this open vented. Normally we seal them, but we're going to leave it open vented because we don't trust the pipework in the ground, to be honest. So we're going to come along here, basically. We're going to come up. That's going to be the vent up there. We're going to create an 8 section and obviously the flow, the circulating pump, stuff like that. So we'll do a bit more and then we'll come back to you. Are you still happy, Lee?
All happy.
Still happy. Good. We're cracking on. Okay, so we're still not flying along. We've got our 8 section in now. We haven't got the vent and the feed in on there yet, because they've got to come from up there, but there's wasps up there, so we're just hanging around and not getting up there at the minute. Lee's just doing a bit of soldering there, so he's got the obviously got the flow off the boiler, the 8 section, the vent and the feed in, and then it pulls down onto the pump, and then he's got teed off first is where it's going to be the bypass, because you need a bypass on the Sapphire, and the second tee he's doing now is teeing off for the motorised valves. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Nice bit of soldering there. He's got his water as well. As I say, a bit of a slower day today, but yeah, we're feeling we're making progress now. It is about 20 past 5 though. That's the only drawback to today. So, well, onwards and upwards. So we're going towards the end of day 1. Okay, so as we know, the flue's in. With as far as there, we haven't got any valves in yet. The whole thing's been a bit of a fiddle today. It is drained. The boiler's not out yet. Obviously, the return is down there for the heating, not done. The flow and return for the hot water as well as the heating are not done. But essentially, we know where we're going now. Return pipe to go in. So yeah, Lee's gone off for the day now, so I'm carrying on for a bit longer. And I'm going to do the oil line. So the oil line currently is there, and then it disappears into the house there. I'm now going to come along here under the step. I'm going to come around, bend around this corner, and then I'm going to go to here. And what I'm going to put here then is I'm going to put the isolation valve and filter. Then there'll be a fire valve before the tiger loop, and I will be installing the tiger loop. So that's where we're at. Flue, bless it, is up there. It's like a TARDIS, isn't it? So yeah, brilliant. So I'm going to crack on with the oil line for a little while, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, that's it. Day 1 done. Didn't get where I wanted to get to, if I'm really honest. I feel like we're a good few hours behind. The flue going through the roof was a massive problem. It's such a big pitch on the roof that the flashing that comes with the Sapphire just doesn't fit it. So I've ended up having to use a Grant one actually that went really well, but obviously I had to go off and get it and stuff like that. So yeah, there's quite a few wasps in the loft as well, so that didn't help us. So yeah, we've got as far as we have. Yeah, if you don't get where you want to get, of course you're disappointed. However, I'm not going to let it worry me. It is what it is. It's 8 o'clock now. I'd like to have stayed a bit later. However, I'm going to another job now, actually a breakdown on the way home. But yeah, tomorrow's another day. Get there at 7, crack on. It's a really simple one. I wanted it done in 2 days, and it'll be done in 2 days, even if I'm there till 11 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm hoping, I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping it's going to be running by about 3-4 o'clock, because that's Friday and the vlog comes out tomorrow. So yeah, I need to be getting videos over to Karen, because if I don't, you're not going to see the end of the installation even. So fingers crossed for tomorrow. See how we get on. Lee's worked really hard today, real cracker. Well done, Lee. You've had a great day today. We had a bit to get around with our heads as well, flow return, stuff like that, where they were before. It was a bit of a mess in the cupboard, but yeah, now we've got our heads around it, we're off, up and running. And yes, it would have been easier to sealed it, but I just don't trust the stuff in the floor. It's quite an old property, so I'm just not going to do it. I just think it caused me more trouble than it's worth, to be honest. So yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow, everyone, and as I say, sleep tight. And good morning from me. So, 7:15 on my way back. I should be there by 7. That was my aim, so that's pretty good. And I'm feeling quite refreshed this morning, which is also good. Didn't get on top of this yesterday. It just got a bit of a grind towards the end yesterday, because as I said, literally 30 seconds ago in the vlog, it was yeah, a bit of a challenge yesterday. So we'll get back there. and Lee's going to concentrate on finishing the S-plan, flow returns, etc. And I'm going to concentrate on the tiger loop, far valve, filter, isolation valve, condense, and then we'll wire it at the end, stuff like that. I've just got to finish a bit of the flue off first as well, at the top, bit of flashing, etc., which I'm going to do first. So that's where we're at. I need it to be done today, really. Yeah, so it could go swimmingly well and we could be out of there by the end of the afternoon, or it could not be going swimmingly well and I'm still there at 11 o'clock tonight. But yeah, I've got a good feeling today, so I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. Plus also, the vlog's coming out at 6 PM today, so if the boiler isn't going, you're not going to see it in the vlog, so I've really got to crack on a bit. Anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore. I need to concentrate on driving. Most important thing in the whole wide world ever, you know what I'm going to do? Coffee. All's a good one. Okay, so back to the house. The weather's going against us a bit today. It is raining. This is where I got to last night with the oil lighter here. I'm now going to do the tiger loop and the filter myself here. I've been inside for a while because it's raining quite hard. It's now 11:15. There is Lee baby. Say morning, Lee. Good morning, Lee. There he is. So Lee is just done the vent work inside the cupboard. He's just putting the, looking very professional I might add, he's just putting the feed in now, and then I've done all up in the roof up there. So the header tank's full. We'll be letting the water go in the header tank to that isolation valve right where Lee's hand is there, and that'll be isolated off so we know we haven't got any leaks. Then we can put that roof back together really, because it's a bit itchy up there. So that's it. So I'm going to get on now and yeah, see how we get on. It's just gone 1 o'clock. It's blooming pouring with rain still. So as you can see there, I've got my isolation valve, I've got my filter, I've got my fire valve that's got to go through. I've drilled 3 holes there. I've knocked a bit of brick out, which is unfortunate, but I'll fill that in with cement later. That's the return. I've still just got to straighten that up there a little bit, but that's the return that goes into the boiler now. And then I've got the flow out, and then obviously I've got to join A to B on the flow in. So I'd like to have had the tiger loop a bit higher, but at the end of the day, we don't want it on the white render because it's already cracking there, nothing to do with us, so we nearly leave it like that. But it's nice and neat and tidy. Obviously we know the oil line's done. And then in here, Lee's cracking on a little bit. He's got the flow in there for the hot water cylinder, etc. And we're just going round now for the heating, and then we're going to do the return. Right, progress report. The rain is sort of slowing down, so I've got the tiger loop in. Not the neatest I've ever done, to be honest, but what can I say? I've still got to put the vent on the top, I've just noticed actually, but all the holes are sleeved, all the holes are sealed. I've just got to put cement in front of that now. I've got oil as far as there, so that's great. We come inside and we're being joined by Ryan now. Hello Ryan.
Hello.
He's just ripping the boiler out. As you can see, there's my oil lines there going in the side of the boiler, and obviously the magnetic strip I've cut around it. Lee is cruising along. We're on the return side now, so we're doing okay there, and it's going to link up to the boiler that's down here, and then we're just down to wiring it, filling it and cracking on. It's 2:45, so yeah, it's getting a bit tight for the vlog to get out today, so we're going to have to get a move on. Okay, coming up R3, I've just got to clip the valves on there. We're all done in there, all nice and neat. It's just got to literally join A to B, them 2 pieces of pipe there. I've just got a tiny piece of condense, just there, look, to put on there and join in, which comes from the boiler underneath there. The flow and return, the oil lines are in, as you can see. Ryan's got the old boiler out, so the old boiler is on there. There's my tiger loop now with a vent. There you go, soak away, just there, just there. Okay, 600 away, quite good. It just sort of went into the ground. It is lovely, and we've sealed it all in there. So that's where we're at. It's still raining. Last bit of copper going in. Ryan, are you doing that bit, Ryan? No, Lee, it's that spot.
Lee is.
Okay, so we're nearly there. Just got to wire it, and hopefully it'll be complete for the vlog. Okay, so the wiring centre's done. I'm just going to wire the boiler. Lee, would you like to tell us why you've gone back up to the flue? Would you like to explain this to us?
Forgot to put the back of the bracket on.
He forgot to put the back of the bracket on.
But it's all good now.
Ah, bless him. Okay, he'll never do it again, will he? Nope. And that is it. We are running. We have made it. It's 5:30. We're all up and running. I've just got to tidy the wiring up. The system's actually starting to warm a dream. As you can see, we're starting to set it up. I was going to go deeper into the setting up of the system with you like I have before, but it is on one of our previous vlogs. We haven't got time now to show you because basically this video is out in half an hour. So we're pleased, we'll take it, we're happy with it. So over to these guys.
Have a nice evening. See you next time.
See you next time.
So that's it. That's this week's YouTube vlog. Ching, done from Button All Burner Services. And as you can see from the chaffer pot behind us, we're up and running. Thanks for everyone that's watched. Sorry if it's going to come across a bit bitty, this one, because unfortunately it's been quite a hard one to do. It's been quite fiddly. It's rained a lot. It's still raining now. Look how wet all this stuff is. We're absolutely getting soaked, but there we go. Anyway, feel free to subscribe as always, and please comment. We love a comment. So as always, everyone, have a great weekend, won't you? Until next time, stay safe.